I'm Carmen Norris, and you are listening to the Bad Alibi podcast. Today's episode does deal with subjects of domestic violence, so listener discretion is advised. Dear Hunter, I'm hunting down everyone you sent after him. I don't know when it started for you, but for me, it was when you threw yourself a barbecue at Joey's place. That was odd to me. Throwing a get together at someone else's home? Joey even joked about how he wasn't invited even though it was at the place he owned with his name on the lease. Some people may have told you to screw off. Others, like me, would have thrown you on the grill and served you up to all your friends. But Joey wasn't like that. He just smiled and played along, unsure of how to react properly, because he couldn't forgive himself for offending someone who was being nothing but offensive. But hey, it takes all kinds in this world, though we could do without your kind, couldn't we, Hunter? That day at the barbecue, you were on the grill, pretending to be boyfriend of the year, and Joey was walking around and mingling with the guests. Your guests. People kept commenting on how you two made the cutest hosts. I plastered on a fake smile and daydreamed about what I'd like to do to you. They saw you grilling and walking over from time to time to give Joey a peck with a protective arm around his shoulder. I saw that he was trying very hard to not talk much to any other men whose looks you'd feel threatened by. I began to count the seconds because I noticed it seemed like you gave it the same amount of time before walking over to show some unsuspecting guy that you're in control. I saw how Joey tensed up before you walked over, just by how you put the spatula down a little harder than usual, like a warning bell. I saw him get jumpy before you both walked inside, but not before you turned the music up and took a discreet look back to see who noticed you. They were all occupied with full mouths and eyes on their phones. They didn't notice, didn't care. But Joey was my best friend. So I waited a moment and pretended I was walking to my car. I headed around the front as I heard the commotion of things breaking, Joey apologizing, and you raising a hand threatening to hit him. I could see on your face for a brief moment. You just enjoyed watching him flinch and suffer. You weren't the one who was really afraid, but for reasons you didn't know about at that time. You should have been. I tried talking to Joey about it while you weren't there, of course, and he did what many abuse victims do. He said it was fine, took up for you. I tried using the hotlines, but realized they weren't going to give me the help I wanted. Writing it out now, I see how selfish that was. It should have been about him and no one else. But I had to protect him my way instead. I was angry and didn't really think about how complicated these types of relationships were. That is why I didn't properly think my next moves through. I thought it was good of me to keep him safe by sitting outside the house and waiting to help out if it started getting heated again. It seemed fine for a while, and then it started up early one morning. You were both near the door. You pushed past him and walked out, and he ran after you as you beeped open the door to his car. You tried to take the keys out of his hand. I heard you, Joey. Something like, if you want to go, then go, but not with the car I pay for. And you then turned around and faced him with a clenched fist, veins popping out of your neck. It was all he needed to see. A not so gentle reminder of how you treat him if you didn't get your way. He backed off and let you take his car. He went back inside and I wanted to run and console him, but instead I thought he would be consoled with knowing it was going to be over. So I went after you instead. He didn't want you to take his car, but all I heard was the threat that you gave to him, even though you didn't say a word. I can't help but wonder, before I ran you over 4 times, feel death coming? Did you know I was your personal angel of death? When I would give you dirty looks, did it make you think, yeah, one day she will be the one to kill me? Or were you too far arrogant to think anyone could take you out? As I sit writing this in my garden, it's nice knowing you're several feet under my tulips. But sometimes I wish I could dig you up and strangle the life out of you. Joey has been fighting with your family and close friends, which I don't see how you managed to get any of those, because they suspect he is the one that killed you. That's where more of my guilt comes from. I wanted him to get rid of this devil, not add on 50 more who just want to cause harm. I gave him a serious offer to run away with me. Have a fresh start. He wanted to face his accusers. I swear you never deserved a man that good. I offered to pay for his defense team. He wanted to take care of it on his own without any of my help. He is distancing himself from me. I think he knows, and that's fine. I just hope his next boyfriend is nothing like you. My garden is starting to get full. All right, you guys, thank you for listening to another episode of the baD Alibi podcast. Be sure to make sure that you follow along wherever you're listening to this podcast so that you never miss a new episode. And follow me at author Carmen Norris on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All right, I'll be back next week with another episode.